again, OPP Eastern Headquarters, Debbie speaking.
Hi, it's Kathy Norris returning a phone call from Paul Yell.
Oh, just one moment. I can transfer you to his extension. Just one moment, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Paul Yell.
Oh, hi, Paul Yell. It's Kathy Norris returning your call. You left a message, I believe, at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, well, I was calling you back on the message that you had left.
Yeah.
Well, just to touch base with you. I'm just trying to think here of what you...
I think my message was that you wouldn't need a search warrant to go in. All you need is permission to search.
Yeah.
So you just need a reason why you don't think you'll be there.
Yeah. On these cases, Kathy, there's consent. I don't know if you're getting advice from somebody, and if you are, that's fine. I mean, I'm not certainly adverse to that. And you have to understand something. I'm on your side. I do want to work with you.
Okay.
And if there's a possibility that we can do something, I'll do it. But you also have to understand that consent is a very touchy issue and before the courts right now. We'll go under consent, the owner's consent, for cases that it's a last resort. If we lose the consent, it's not going to be a big issue. Consent can be withdrawn at any time by the owner at any time. Even though they've given us consent, they can say it if we're halfway through. Sorry, but we don't want you here anymore, and then we're gone.
I have spoken
The other issue is there's absolutely no way that I would go under consent to search for a body. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because it's too serious of a case, and I would never ever use consent to do that. The Crown Attorney would be critical to no end if ever we went in on that. Now, I agree that you can do that. Yeah, you can go and say, I want consent, and if they sign off and say, because we have forms to sign off, and then we can go in under consent. But the other issue is, whenever we go under consent, we have to also have reason to go there. I mean, I know you have your suspicion that there's something there, but I have nothing to start. I mean, we have a lot of tips. People say, well, I think this is here, and I think this is here. Well, we have to have more than that to start. To get to that step, to get to that extent. And we've done these in the past where it's taken months and months to go through things like this. And we've had very good proof that we were there on a search warrant. We have very good proof that there was something there, or evidence that to show that there would be something there. What you're giving me right now, yes, you have suspicion that there's something there, but I don't have enough to go in and say, this is what we're going to do.
Detective Baker, he did tell me that my brother Derek confirmed to me that Gail told many different stories at the time of Calvin's disappearance. One that she never let him in the house, and then she did let him in the house, and she kept on changing her mind. Is that something that you have on your records as well?
Yes, but your brother, I have the records of your brother being interviewed, and as far as his, I'd have to review the statement again to say exactly what was said, because there's a lot of documentation here, and I don't remember every specific detail that were brought forward. But the fact that somebody, because everything you're telling me is that your mother's very untruthful and very deceptive and so on.
I think I can show that even with
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But deception on somebody's part doesn't give me evidence to go and say, well, we're going to start on this project and we're going to start digging something in somebody's garden. When, if I had something to say, there is a very, very good chance that this body's there. Fine. But I don't have that right now. I just don't have it. And consent's fine, but
incredible looks of hatred, and she was actually mad at my dad that I came home alive. Yep. And I was quite surprised that she admitted knowing about it on tape. Therefore, nobody can say that's something I made up now. You know, and a couple of things she does, he discredited herself over. And at the same time as saying that, yeah, she knows about the clip. She also said that I told her about child abuse, which has been disproven from the case, the Toronto police, who wasn't found out wasn't me who told her, it was the neighbors that told my mom. On the tape, she said that I came back from a cliff and I told her about it. And obviously I didn't. So to say that she said I told her about child abuse, I didn't. She said I told her about the cliff and I came back, which I didn't. You know, so therefore, if I didn't tell her who did, I already know she's lying that I told her about the childhood abuse. But also she says, yes, she knows about the clip and how terrible it was and the terrible memories and all this stuff. She also confirms on tape that it was just after she found out about the child molesting. And now to disprove everything that she said, yes, that I told her about it and how terrible it was. The actual proof and the evidence that I have that she did hang up 11 by 14 pictures of me on the cliff after that. So her story's not making sense. She's found out as being molested. Apparently, according to her, told her that he tried to throw me off the cliff. It's so terrible when she hang up those pictures in the living room in one at her mother's house. Also, she went to Scotland with him a month later. I've also got the photograph.
But again, listen, you have to understand, I'm not trying to discredit you and everything you're saying. Well, first of all, what do you think? What you do wrong there is for criminally, because you're saying you think that she should be charged. You mentioned something.
Well, she can be. I don't know if there's enough there, but I don't know if anybody's looking at it. I mean, what she said here is just on points, or...
What way is looking at it? Because I don't know what you're telling me, what the offense is. What makes you're saying that she knew that there was an attempt on your life. Okay. If for some reason you told her that, so what the offense is, something like that.
I think I'm having problems with the batteries. Going to remove the batteries. This was taken in 2005.